This is part 2 in our African bush trip in Botswana's Okavango Delta add-on scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator from SimWorks Studios. In part 1 we departed from Saronga in the north to Abu. You can check out this video link in the notes below. In the second and final installment we're departing from Chief's Camp and we're going to be doing a short hop initially to Mombo. And once we've finished scouting around Mombo we're going to head on up to Guma to have a look at the hippos. But top of the list for this trip is rhino and buffalo, and one of the developers has reached out and given me a hint where I might find them. So come along and join me as we continue to search for Africa's Big Five. In part 1 we saw elephant and lion, so today our shopping list is hippo, rhino and buffalo. Welcome to the SimHanger, my name's Mark, thanks for watching and let's get started. I departed Abu at first light to the 5-star Sanctuary Lodge here at Chief's Camp. Renowned for its amazing breakfast, well I've had my fill and it's time to get going. I'm still in my favourite aircraft for flying in VR. It's Asobo's Top Rudder 103 Solo, which I've left parked just inside the camp. That's the beauty of an aircraft like this, you can get in anywhere. Getting out may be a little bit more of a challenge though. Anyway, while the tourists take in the sight of the giraffe and elephant around the camp, it's time to don my VR headset and get in the pilot's seat. Well, we don't need too much runway. I'm just going to taxi down to the end here as far as I can, turn around, full throttle, and see if I can get up in the air. Looks like just enough room. Here we go. Mustn't rotate, just let her lift herself off the ground. A little bit of a crosswind. We're up, just let her lift herself up. I don't want to stall. We're up just over the trees and there's the camp below us. Thank you for breakfast and goodbye. And we've got some giraffe and elephant. This will be a great opportunity for me just to test if my camera's working. That looks alright. Camera's working fine. This Okavango scenery package includes both moving and static animals. There's also the default fauna or animals from Microsoft and I think they're all animated. Just circling quickly just to gain a little bit of altitude. And let's see what game we can find around Chief's Camp. And this looks like another photo opportunity coming up with the giraffe. Gotcha. We're just going to have a look around the Chief Camp's area first, see what we can find, and then we'll be heading north to Mombo. And according to one of the developers, that's where I'm going to find most of the game that I'm looking for. Some more elephant ahead at the waterhole. But I've got enough photographs of elephant, particularly in the first video. So I think on this occasion I'm going to pass on the elephant. Hang on a minute, something below. That looks like zebra. Let's go down and take a look. It could be waterbuck or perhaps even large antelope. Cut the power and let's drop right down. Some more elephant on the water's edge. I can see why they've positioned a safari camp here. This is the beauty of the Top Rudder 103 Solo. You can really throw it down and lose altitude quickly. Yes, it's zebra. And another photo opportunity. Quite unusual to see zebras standing in the water. They're pretty nervous animals, particularly of crocodiles. And a croc is something I've got a healthy respect for. Now I know there's some wildlife just north of Mombo and I think by this waterhole dead ahead. So we're going to go and have a look. The Okavango Delta of course being a huge floodplain. Something in the region of 6,000 square kilometers. There's some moving giraffe below us and some more just heading into the trees. Let's see if we can get a photograph of one of these before they hit the trees. That's one for the album. and there's something dead ahead, and it looks like buck. I have noticed since Sim Update 5 the draw distance has definitely reduced. It's a herd of antelope, and I'm pretty sure that it will be impala. Yep, it's impala. Nice shot if I say so myself. Something large ahead, please be rhino. I've flown the Okavango a number of times, but I've never been able to find the rhino so far. No, it's more elephant, I'm afraid. Let's gain some altitude and let's head directly to Mombo. I need to be conscious of my fuel as I left with only 50% in each tank. SimWorks Studios have done a tremendous job on the scenery in the Okavango. It looks absolutely stunning and very realistic. Mombo Camp, 7 nautical miles ahead. The ground altitude here is around about 3,000 feet, plus we've got a little bit of a wind gusting, a little bit of turbulence, but hopefully we'll be able to cruise at between 50 and 55 miles per hour. Asobo have not economized on detail as far as the engine is concerned. Great detail. Well, we're about halfway between Chief's Camp and Mombo. We've gained some altitude, but we should still be able to spot some game. Might be worthwhile just checking my fuel. Okay, 39% in each tank. That should be enough. Once we've had a look around Mombo, we're going to head slightly northeast to the tent camps, because the developer advises me that's where we're going to find the rhino. And both buffalo and hippo should be at Mombo. But the hippo I'm not that concerned about as we're heading to Guma, and there's plenty of hippo around there. That's Mombo airstrip ahead, but we're not going to land on that. We're just going to fly parallel to that and head to the north, as that's where I believe we're going to find more game, and hopefully some buffalo. Some water at the end of the runway, that looks promising for game. Can't make out anything just yet. Yes, we've got something here just to the right of the water by that clump of trees. Dropping down for a closer look, and let's hope it's buffalo. Yeah, I think it is. I've found buffalo at last. Get that camera out. Well, that's 3 down of our big 5. Hippo and rhino to go. And what do you know? That is hippo. Well, thank you, Mr. Developer. I've hit pay dirt today, and more hippo just to the left. And further to my left, there's more game. Let's go and take a look. Wow, there's quite a lot there actually. Looks like a mixture of, is it antelope and more buffalo by the looks of it. We've got impala, zebra and buffalo. Gold mine. And that's a definite for the album. I'm just circling back. I want to have another look at the hippo and the buffalo again. Gotcha. And now for the buffalo. Coming in low. I want to get a good close-up shot if I can. Oh, that's a beauty. A little bit of altitude now would be good. Well, that was very successful. We're now just going to head north to a number of tent camps. They're not too far away, about 4 or 5 nautical miles. And it's here that we should find those elusive rhino. And if we do, that'll complete our big 5. We will have got the lion, the elephant, hippo, rhino and buffalo. When in VR in the Top Rudder 103 Solo, you really get a sense of speed and height. It's amazing. Okay, so one of the tent camps directly below me, so the rhino have got to be here somewhere, but I genuinely don't know where. They won't be in the camp, but they should be fairly close. And there's something across on the far side of the riverbank. Please be rhino. Yes, it's rhino. At last I've found the rhino in the Okavango. And these are the very rare white rhinos as well. I'm going to have to loop round and take another look, that's for sure. I've lost them. Where are these rhino now? They were down here somewhere by the bank. Ah, there they are. Camera at the ready. I've spent hours searching for rhino and couldn't find them, and now there's even more rhino. So obviously, if you're looking for rhino in the Okavango, well, Mombo's the target for you. I'm going to land and have a close-up of one of the rhino. Let's have a look at how well they've been rendered. Ouch, a little bit of a hard landing. Let's now taxi up and have a look at one of these rhino. Not something I would do in the real world, I may add. Well, the detail looks really good, and although they're static, there is slight movement to them. And there's another one for the scrapbook. Well, I've pushed my luck as far as I dare. Let's see if I can get out of here. Throttle full, and another rhino ahead. And we're up. Time now for the final leg in this bush trip, and we're heading to Guma, and hopefully we'll spot a couple of hippo on the way. I am conscious of the fuel, but time to practice a few emergency landings. The beauty of the Okavango is there's quite a lot of flat open spaces, particularly at this time of year as the water recedes. We're down safe and sound. Now applying full throttle and let's head off again. Time to have a look for those hippos. Might be prudent just to have a quick check on what my fuel status is. This aircraft doesn't have particularly large tanks. 8%. That's a little lower than I anticipated. One quick look at hippos and I think it's straight to the airport before we run out of fuel. This could be a little bit tight. Well, we're still en route to Guma, but I've just noticed in the water there that there's got to be hippo. So an opportunity to drop down and fly over the hippo, following them up the river. And of course a photo opportunity or two. Some more hippo here as well. Hippo dead ahead. Only time for one photograph and now time to head towards the airport, which should only be a mile or two from here. I'm a little concerned about the fuel, so I've gained some altitude just in case, and just doing a quick last minute check. 2%. While we're cutting this a little bit fine, that's for sure. I'm going to do a quick fly past, make sure the runway is clear, then turn and come in on final. Runway looks clear to me. Maintaining an altitude, turning on final now. The fuel is stored in some tankers about 3/4 of the way up the runway, so both because of where the fuel is and because of my fuel situation, I'm planning on a long landing. Hopefully we'll just have enough to get down and park. Oh, well, maybe not quite enough to get down and park. We're going in for a landing, no option. Bit of a bounce, but we're down. And just steer off the runway so we don't block any other air traffic. And we're down safe and sound. That one was just a little too close for comfort, to be honest. Well, not only are we at the end of our fuel, but we're at the end of our trip as well. And we've been able to see the big five: elephant, rhino, lion, hippo and buffalo. So all in all, well, I think we can say it's a successful trip. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. Please forgive some of the brutal editing, but getting 3.5 hour trip into less than 20 minutes is a bit of a challenge. Thank you very much for joining me. Look after yourselves, stay well, see you soon, and bye for now.